On paper, Generation Zero shoots for the stars. The premise alone instantly grabbed our attention. It's the 80s, and Sweden has been taken over by killer robots that have wiped out every adult in sight. Naturally, it's now up to you and your gang of ruffians to uncover the mystery behind their arrival. It's a co-op survival shooter which promises seamless multiplayer, complex AI, and strategic combat, all wrapped up in a Terminator meets Stranger Things package that we didn't really know we needed. But for all its ambition, Gen Zero makes it really hard to love, and a litany of bugs is a big reason why.
I'm right here. Let's
Your blackness looks like a ghost.
Wait, you're literally flying. Wait,
Before we get ahead of ourselves though, we're here as the co-op bros, not to simply review Generation Zero, but see whether it makes a great co-op game for you and your best friend.
I have a little bit of cover right here.
Oh my gosh.
Oh god. Oh god.
There it is!
I'm loading. I'm reloading.
Wait, it can't. Can it hit you? I don't think it can hit us. Don't move, dude. Don't move. Oh, baby.
One point that is incredibly important for me to clarify right off the bat is that we played this game on the PS4. We've heard from multiple sources that this game is not half as buggy on PC, but it's our job to let you know of its current state on console, and it is bad.
Oh shoot, what the hunter? Where did he come from?
This game is broken.
This is going to be our toughest time explaining how co-op works in a game, so please just bear with me. It's actually mega easy up front to join each other's games. After creating our 80s dad's teenage Swedish counterparts, I invited Gabe through the menu and he was with me right away. I mean like 5 seconds into the game right away, and that is great. But that's about all that was great, because then we started to face the issues. First, we gotta talk about progression. In the lead up to this game, we were told by developers that progression was saved for everyone while playing together. This means that even though Gabe was in my campaign, or vice versa, he was making progress on his own campaign, which is always a plus for co-op. We love that when a game does it. However, we quickly learned it didn't always work out that way. Gabe would have random main and side missions simply not carry over. We tried to make sure our characters were at the same part before playing the next time, a suggestion we found on the internet, but even then we would still lose some progress. From our research, most if not all missions do not carry over, but from our experience, it's just a total crapshoot. Here was our workaround: just designate one friend to be the quote-unquote campaign you play on. You'd still get experience, skills, and equipment, no problem, right? Well, you're wrong. When I was the host for the first several hours, I was at least a level ahead of Gabe. Frustrating, but fine. When we finally designated Gabe as our permanent host for our remaining time, I fell way behind because I rarely got experience from completing missions, like 4 to 5 levels behind him. And this game is tough, like really tough, and we're gonna go over that, but it just sucked being so far behind. Sometimes we'd even complete battles outside of the mission, and I would be told I failed the combat and got my experience cut while Gabe completed it. I'm not holding this against Gabe, good for him, but come on, why am I not getting experience? It's just ridiculous. Next up were the glitches, which were mostly funny and never game breaking. Or so I would have said if we concluded this review 8 hours in. They were pretty much game breaking. At first, it was just the bikes. They were totally whack, but honestly awesome at the same time. I mean, look at this.
I love him, you can drop. Oh, crap, my word. Oh, wow.
Hey, bro. Oh, whoa!
We're living. Oh, my word.
That was awesome. Didn't know you could do tricks.
Physics.
Didn't know you could do tricks in this game. That was a solid ollie.
Then there were our characters loading incorrectly, terrible frame rate drops, enemies clipping in and out of areas, and honestly the most condemning of them all, a necessary main mission creating a blinding and totally epileptic light sequence. Just look at this. It was so outrageous that it was kind of funny, but at the same time, how can you recommend this game to a friend in this kind of state? We snooped around online and found people mentioning this specific glitch months ago, and yet the developers haven't fixed this. They've put out updates and added content to the game, but not fixed this. How do you do that? I think the sad reality is that as players in a modern gaming world, we expect games to get better over time when they launch in a rough state, but some just don't. And I mean, 2 years after launch, this game was still constantly kicking us out of each other's sessions. This sucked because Gabe would have to run across the map to get back to where I was at and vice versa, and then hope to God we didn't attract a pack of hunters that would chase us. I mean, oh my word, man. What an experience. Let's just get to the fun factor already, please.
Kind of sound, bro.
3, 2, 1, fire! We've done it!
We've done it. We killed the harvester.
We dominated you, Harvester.
No way, dude.
Escape combat for 922. I don't know if I escaped that, friend.
Oh my god, I got a grenade.
Nice! Grenades, they do exist.
They do exist. Dang.
Okay, yeah, let's move on to the good stuff before we get into the nitty gritty. And let me tell you, there's some nitty gritty here. Right away though, the best part of Generation Zero, it's easily the environments. I mean, just look at this stuff. From the seaside towns to the idyllic countrysides during sunset, this game can be a serious looker when it's firing at all cylinders. It's a good thing too, since you'll spend much of your time scavenging for supplies and documents, which double as the quest givers of the game. Since this is a largely barren game lacking any sort of NPCs, exploring it with friends can actually make for a really chill experience. This could be a great game to catch up over or just hang out, provided you're okay with the lack of content. And there's also a surprising level of verticality to the map, which really adds to the discovery aspect. You feel like you and your buddy are wilderness explorers in a dangerous land. We often pulled out the binoculars, scouted things out from a nearby cliff, and planned out our approach together. It's these serene moments away from the combat that made the first couple hours of Generation Zero really unique. Sadly though, it's once you look closely that you start to notice how copy and pasted it all feels. The towns, houses, and bunkers all start to blend together, especially the bunkers. And buildings all the way from the first area are nearly identical to the ones late game. So the facade really starts to fall apart. Now the weather effects alongside the day and night cycle were pretty cool at first, but at the end, they end up adding very little to the experience. They're more of a nuisance, and at their worst, they drown out the real beauty of the game. Like the thick fog of the South Coast region. My god, we hated that thing.
Don't let the fog kill you. Dude, you know what's out there? That's the fog of lost souls, bro. Take me.
While the 7 regions that make up the map are definitely impressive in scope, after 8 hours, the constant traveling gets super old. It doesn't help that the mission objectives all boil down to the same thing. Find the place, get the thing, yup, everyone died, repeat. And they're just simply not rewarding enough. The only reward is XP, which is doled out at an excruciatingly slow pace. And as Andrew said, sometimes not at all. To make matters worse, we found the skill trees pretty lackluster, so even that wasn't enough to get us excited about leveling up. The skill system though is part of a larger problem. Even though there's 4 skill trees, there's very little build diversity to go around. Out of the 4, the tech tree's hacking ability is the only one that really stands out as something cool you can do, but even that doesn't work half the time. The most important skills in the game all boil down to more carry capacity, efficient looting, and running speed. And it's sad because I think build diversity could have added so much to the co-op dynamic here. I guess it's no surprise we had the most fun with Generation Zero when we weren't aimlessly working towards an objective or worrying about the XP. Since that leaves the only other thing you do in this game, which is shooting robots.
Shooting the robots is great, amazing even at times. When we first started, we'd scope out each fight with our binoculars, plan out our actions, and then execute. These skirmishes were a ton of fun, and challenging to complete together. By the time we took down our first tank, we were on a robot killing high. Then the game pretty much just says, okay little boys, playtime's over, and you hit a freaking China-sized wall of impenetrable robots that are equipped to kill you in every single way imaginable.
They think there's a big slope.
Holy! I'm just gonna keep biking.
Oh my god, dude, I died.
See you later. Yep, I'm dead.
I got one shot, bro.
Suddenly, they're throwing sticky bombs at you, shooting poisonous gas out of their robot butts, and then birthing new robots out of their dead carcasses. Like, oh my gosh, what happened to this game? It just went from a fun romp and sweet into Dark Souls with a Guitar Hero controller hard.
Are you joking me?
All of this should be fine though, right? Games should get progressively more difficult and challenge the player properly as they advance and become more powerful. But we never felt like we were advancing. Don't get me wrong, we got some really good guns by the end of the game, but my word, our characters were so squishy. A robot could fart near me and my guy would be tumbling through the air towards his death. This game is about survival. I'm just an 80s teen Swedish boy. We get that, but throw a dog a bulletproof IKEA vest for crying out loud. There's no armor system in this game, and no, that booty thin crafting system doesn't count. And it really needs one. I was so tired of getting clapped every time we stepped outside. The combat went from fun and challenging to let's just ride our bikes through and hope they have a terrible time today trying to shoot us. Alright, so get ready.
Yeet! Look at those sick boys.
crap.
Holy crap.
Sticky bombs.
Bro, my life just flashed before my eyes. They literally laid out all the bombs in front of me and I had to ride through them.
So where do we go with all of this? Overall, Generation Zero felt like we were dating someone who had all these great qualities at first that we appreciated, only for them to then become massive annoyances. If you've been watching our channel for a while, you know that we're almost always positive and love to champion these kinds of games for you guys. There are so many underdog indie co-op games out there, it's insane. And as crazy as it sounds after all we've just said, this game could still be for you. If you have a PC, a solid group of experienced gamers, and a survivalist mindset, you might just enjoy this. It has a passionate fan base that we definitely just pissed off, ready to tell you why. But for these two guys, it just didn't work.
Yeah, I see him.
Wait, there's 2 giant ones.
Whoa. Suddenly we back up. Oh
No,
my god.
thank you.
But again, if you find this game on sale for like $10, we would suggest playing it like a giant sandbox for your friends to explore and mess around in. Because finally taking down that tank with your friends is awesome. Just don't get your hopes up like we did.
Thanks for watching our video. We're always committed to giving it to you straight. Whether you agree or disagree, sound off in the comments below. We'd also love to connect with you further. Follow us on Twitter for more content and news on the channel. As always, catch you next time on another episode of The Co-op Bros.
Bro,
I think I keep playing this game.
wait, I gotta get my whole screen white. Yep. Hate me, Jesus.
I can't do it, dude. I can't play this game.
Wait, bro, I'm walking towards the light. I'm walking towards the light, bro. I see Grandma. Hi, Grandma. I'm here, Grandma.